Hi, this is Keith Weaver with the Top Executive Strategy Podcast, where CEOs, COOs, and business owners share strategies for better success. This is 6 questions in 9 minutes because the best strategies are concise business advice. So, we are going to get right to our guest today. And in a few sentences, tell us who you are and what you do.
Hi, my name is Nino Mihilli. I'm the co-founder of Frontline Alltemps. My background I have a master's in finance and I have a bachelor's in business management, small business entrepreneurship, and I'm out of the Phoenix, Arizona area.
So, do a lot with staffing and helping businesses work with their staffing issues to make sure that they're staffed well.
Correct. We fill their needs. We only focus on the auto industry. We started in the auto industry only, and then during COVID, we pivoted into the warehouse industry as well.
Oh, cool. Like a lot of businesses, had to make some adjustments during that. But
Pivot is a key word for 2020. That is
exactly. So, question number two: what's the best thing about being a business leader?
For me, watching people develop. I've mentored a lot of my staff, and I've watched them mature and develop over the years. And also, I love to create opportunities for other people. I get that a lot. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for the opportunity, and that motivates me a lot as a business leader and as an entrepreneur as well.
Beyond the finances and the money, just that feel good of knowing that you've helped someone else.
Yes.
I like that. All right, question number three. I hear from other business leaders that a lot of times their people strategy in their business can be more complicated, time consuming than the actual business strategy in running their business. Your thoughts on that?
You know, it's a fair statement on both ends. Dealing with people, you're dealing with emotions. So you have to, as a business leader and as an entrepreneur, you have to adapt to your crew. They're not going to adapt to you. And I found myself more effectively understanding their strengths and weaknesses and delegating accordingly than trying to put something that they can't do. And business strategy is the same. You're dealing with external factors, red tape, things with government restrictions, and things of that nature. We don't have control over that, but if you just adapt to it, they will both pan out eventually in your favor. But it's just about adapting and understanding the people and understanding business strategy. It's just understanding both aspects of it.
I like that theme of adapting and changing to not only, like you said, the environmental things, but the people so that you can adapt to them to really maximize what you're doing. So,
Yeah, I had an issue where I was telling my team to do something and they would get it wrong. And then I took 5 minutes to show them what I wanted done and they would get it right. So I learned that they're visual learners versus, oral learners. Like us, our generation, you can tell us what to do, we can get it done. This new generation, they're visual. So I learned the hard way, I need to show them everything visually. And then boom, it was done with no issues, no problems. And you see, you have to adapt.
right. That's a great lesson, though. All right, question number four. What strategy would you like to share with other business leaders?
So I use this in my personal life and my professional life, and I'll give you example of both. It's cheaper to grow into your business than grow out of it. And what I've noticed that a lot of people is they grow out of their business and it's very costly and it slows them down and they don't accomplish as much as they could. A perfect example is my cousin. He opened up a transportation company and he started with a truck and a three-car hauler. Within 60 days, he outgrew that three-car hauler. If he would have started with a seven-car hauler, he would have grown into that business, 6 months before he needed another truck. He would have been able to take on more work, generate more revenue, and accomplish his goals a lot more faster. Personal life, when I first bought my house, I was single, no children, no nothing, not even planning on getting married. I bought a 4 bedroom, three-car garage house that 5 years later I got married and I've been in it for 14 years and now I have three children and we grew into that.
Right.
If I would have bought a condo or something, a 1 bedroom or 2 bedroom, I would have grown out of it, the first 2 years of marriage. So it's cheaper to grow into your business than to grow out of it. Always think about that.
Well, and not only in what you're talking about with buying products or buying the things that you need to support, but also just sometimes missed opportunities because you can't
Yes.
You can't grow fast enough, and so you miss out on those opportunities that come along.
That's a great point. You miss out on scaling your company at an early age, because if he can only move 40 cars a day with a 3-car hauler, but with a 7 and 10 trips at 3 cars, that's 30, but 10 trips at 7 cars is 70. He could have doubled his revenue in the same day.
Right. Very true. Well, great. That's great advice. All right. Question number 5 then. What other successful business owners, CEOs like yourself, would you like to maybe shout out to, or you think would be good on the podcast?
So I think a good shout out, and that would be a great fit for your podcast as well, Keith, is Dustin Camp. He's a local marketer here. He does phenomenal work in marketing and getting people to, 10 times their rev or whatever it is. And he's very creative. He's doing some stuff on my staffing company where he got to think out of the box and actually get me to hire people at a more cheaper rate than I was doing with LinkedIn and Indeed and Facebook ads. So Dustin Cap's a good one. And then also Ernie Lerma. He's great at credit repair and social media as well. And he'd be a good one as well.
Well, I don't know either of them, so we'll have to reach out to them and see if they're available. Would love to get their insights as well. So question number 6, just kind of a final fun question. Tell me about one of your favorite past boss.
So I was thinking about this one a lot. I've been an entrepreneur my whole life, and I just thought about my first job when I was in a hotel. And it's not really about the boss; it's more about the experience. My first job was banquet setup, and I love that job. I worked at Sheraton San Marcos in Chandler, Arizona, one of the oldest hotels in Chandler, and I got to see the finished product, even though it was temporarily. I got to saw the office things that we set up, the meeting rooms, the banquets, and all that. And then now, as a professional, these same meetings that I set up as a youngster, I'm there on the other end, sitting in them, looking, making sure those chairs were lined up, and it's just good. And I talk to the setup guys when I see them at these events, like, hey, I started where you were, so keep working hard, and before you know it, you're going to be sitting in these meetings versus setting them up.
That's an awesome story, and I like the fact that one, it helps you remember where you came from, so you appreciate where you're at, but also remember those people, because everybody's important, like you said. Even if it's the people setting it up or a janitor, you got to treat them all with respect. So I love that story. So before we leave, can you tell people how maybe they can reach out to you or get a hold of you?
So we have our company website is flatstaffing.com. You can go there directly if you're in need of our services, or if you're looking for a job or anything. We're always hiring in the Phoenix area. I'm on LinkedIn. Just Google search for Nino Mihilli. And then you can also find me on Instagram at Nino Mihilli. I put a lot of motivational quotes and positive stuff out there as well.
That you do. Well, it has been great having you on. I appreciate you being here and your time and your insights. And this is Keith Weaver with the Top Executive Strategy Podcast. And for more insights, you can follow us at Weaver Business Coaching on LinkedIn, or listen to us on your favorite podcast platform. And we wish you the best success.
Thank you.